Good morning. I thought I would jump on real quick this morning and just show you how easy and quick you can make a makeup routine. It doesn't have to be all extravagant. You can do exactly what you want to do, what makes you comfortable, work on your stuff. But for the sake of me having about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to hurry up and just put my stuff on and be headed to work. So I'm going to start with spraying my Perfector sponge. I use the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's Airbrush Flawless. It's a setting primer, but it's really good for oily skin, which is what I have. And so I just go around and make sure it's all over my face. Since I have oily skin, the makeup sets better if it has something to grip to. Instead of sliding off my face. They don't suggest silicone primers though, but any other kind of primer or like a mattifying primer is really good. I'm gonna do a real quick bronze over my entire face with the Bella bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my brush and bronzer blush, whatever people, it's so early, it's Monday morning. The blush and bronzer brush. I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna swirl it real fast. And in the summertime, sometimes this is all I do. And I will just swirl this over my face a little bit and put on some mascara and head out the door. I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of color. Nothing crazy. And if I really wanted just to have one other color, I could probably do a little bit of color corrected, touch some places, and be done. I don't even have to do any color correcting. I could really probably go out like this, but I'm not going to. I could, but I'm not. But you could. Now I'm gonna switch over and I'm just gonna go into Sandy. I'm gonna just flip over and use the other side of the brush. And I'm just going to put it all over my face. And I'm using a very, very, very light application. Just enough to get a little bit of minimal coverage. And with that little bronzer that I use up under it, that helps too. And it gives almost a little bit of glow. It's really sheer. And it doesn't look muddy or orange. It's just a very sheer kind of bronze color that really works on all skin tones. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not color correcting like with the bags and stuff. Today we're not worried about those. And now I'm gonna go with my contour. And I'll be using, I use Astoria. That's the one I normally use. I'm gonna go in with this same brush because what I'm gonna do, the quickness of it, if you just wanna use one brush, you can pretty much use one brush to do all of your makeup application. Like I could use this one for everything. But I like this because it's got the fluffy end. I can use for bronzer and I can use for powder. If I put too much on and I wanna blend everything together, I can do it with that. You can blend with all of them. So. But I'm gonna just barely tap in. And when I tap, I'm gonna kind of use almost the edge of it too. And then I'm just going to barely go right along my cheek line. And I am hardly have any thing on there. I have any product. I mean, honestly, I probably could not even have done this because you really can't. I'm just trying to create just a little bit of shadow and dimension. If you just don't want to be, flat face, but you could really just do that all over color and then go back over with the bronzer again. And matter of fact, that's exactly, I think, where I'm going to stop. I won't even do a brightening highlight. We'll just do that, go back over with the bronzer. On top of the little bit of coverage that I just did. This is a little bit of morning light. I'm on the back of the house, so it's I do my neck just a little bit. Even if I don't put hardly any color on, my neck is very fair compared to my freckled face. It's where it gets the most sun. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And we're gonna go on to a blush real quick. I'm gonna use Ruby, just because it's one of my favorites. I just flipped it over. I'm just gonna go right along the cheeks. And we're just gonna give a little flush, just a little bit of a healthy little glow. And I'll use this on my lips. And then I'll use the bronzer on my eyes. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I have my mascara sitting out. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so that's it for that. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pull up the bronzer. This is the Bella bronzer. I'm not even gonna use a brush. I'm just gonna use my fingers. I'm just gonna dip into it. And I'm just gonna go right. And I'm going to take this out of the brush. You don't have to do it. You can blow with your finger, but I'm just hurrying. Because I'm supposed to be at work at like 15 minutes. And I live 12 minutes away. So we hurrying. Okay. And that's really all I'm going to do. This is the Maybelline Sky High. I like it. I really like the pharmacy ones that I use too. And then I've got one from Essence that I've been using. I kind of switch them up. And that's it. Well, you know what? Let me put a little bit of glow. This is one of the things that I would suggest too. If you just want to start simple, you can get just a couple colors. But if you could get a brush, I would do that, or add it soon. And the sponge, to me, because you can even apply the makeup with just the sponge. But I always go over my whole face with my sponge to pick up anything excess. And I'll do a quick setting spray. This isn't the best angle that I'm at, but I tried to get where more of the light coming through could be seen. That's it. I could do an illuminator if I wanted to. I could go in. I could do something like this Dolce. Just barely touch it. I mean, I could put it on my nose, right on the cheekbone. I could do a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And I could even put just a little bit, if I wanted to, on my eyes. Just on the inside to kind of make them pop a little bit more, because it's a bronzy gold color and it's really pretty. And it looks really well with works well with the bronzer. But that's it. I mean, it's nothing made up, but I'm not gonna scare anybody. Like, I'm not gonna have to go sit out in a garden and try to scare all the birds away. That's close. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys have a great Monday and a great start to the week. See ya.